Yo, what's up YouTube? My name is K1N and I had the opportunity to remix DJ Snake and Space Lace's track called Reloaded. Go ahead and show the art, video editor team. Thanks, Kai. The story of this is I was contacted by a person on their team, and they gave me the opportunity to remix it, possibly for a remix pack, which they did put out, and it is fire. You guys should go and check that out. Every artist that they did choose for that is perfect. Their remixes are sick and I love them. And I had the blessed opportunity to, give my shot at it. It wasn't selected, but it's still a free download, which I did release on SoundCloud only on Friday. It is a free download. Go check that. All you have to do is go pre-save my next track I'm putting out on October 10th. So after I remixed the song, I uploaded a couple reels about it, and DJ Snake himself actually DM'd me and took a liking to it. I sent him the download and that kind of stuff, so he has it, which is pretty cool to think that some of my idols like Space Laces and DJ Snake know my name, their teams know my name. It's a surreal feeling because I've been doing this since I was 12 and now I'm 26. Like, it's crazy how things come up and things happen, so just keep at it. If you're in this kind of process, whether if you're tenured or amateur, just keep at it. Today's video is going to be about how I remixed this song and the process I went through this. There's about 13 different versions. The final version ended up about being, I think, 135 tracks. Let's get it. Only 37 channels. If we go ahead and open up Live Set, you can see that I went through handfuls of versions of this remix, and I was so nervous to do this remix to the point where I named it Quick Start, because if I saw the name on the top left, I would like kind of shit bricks a little bit. I kind of did. So yeah, you can actually see the first project file only being 706 KB. I don't know the conversion to gigabytes, but that's definitely not a gigabyte. And then it goes all the way up to about 2000 KB. So you can see that we've added a lot over time of these 13 different versions. After I got a working version, I finally named it and overcame my fears. And then after I named it and thought I had a version I liked, a month later I revisited it and redid the mix and tidied it up a little bit. That's all, which equals out to 14 different versions. All right, so we are in the first one with only 37 channels and my basic master channel, which is just a G clip, and all this is just for me to look at some visual helpers. So how I started this remix is I took all the stems and I drag them, dropped them all into separate channels, and when I do that, it allows me to hit warp on all of them and bring it down into tempo. So you can see this project file is 150, and if you can put two and two together, earlier in the video I did show all the files and one of them said 130, so you can see that like it took probably like 7 to 8 versions, and then I finally got it down to 130 and kind of like bass house kind of vibe tempo. With this group right here, as you can see, these are all the stems. I'm not allowed to play them solo. I don't know if I am or not, but on Patreon, I do a full breakdown of the final project file, so you guys should go check that out on Patreon. Please, I need to feed Winston. All right, so as you guys can see, I was trying to go for a... Let me just play it. Got the typical intro. So I was going for more of like a trappy 150. I was going to go like this ISO knock type shit, doing something meta that kind of was me, but not me at the time, obviously, because I've changed it since. Just some simple drums of a snare and a clap I made, and then, or a snare and a kick I made, and then, just some virtual riot tops. And then if we open up the intro bus, we can see that I was planning to add melodic elements such as this. This is the sub or the 808 that it's following. It has no sound, just the notes, and then I was going to add an ARP on top of that. Going for like a cooler rage beat, you know what I mean? But right here, it's just the stem playing the bass sound, and then we have the vocals on top of that with no processing. This is a completely dry song. Just the idea was trying to, like I said, it says Quick Start, and this was started in the afternoon. And then I was down here, and I was like, all right, so this is where the drop's going to be. These were the original drop drums with no sounds. I wasn't even thinking about sounds yet. Which is pretty sick. I don't know where I was going with it. Maybe like a break beat or like electro type song. I have no idea. I'm just one man. All right, let's open up the second version that says 2W, and we've added some sauce to it as it has jumped up in file size. Let's see where we went with the second version. All right, so we're in project file number 2, and project file number 2, let's see something real fast. Let's open this up and right-click Quick Start 1 and go to the properties, because the properties will tell us when it was created, May 24th. And then the second version, let's see if I kept going that night. Looked like I did. So from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., I created a second version. So obviously you can see right off the bat, there's a little bit more structure. There's a drum group and looks like a drop bus. I haven't really listened to it yet, but let's go ahead and listen to what we have in this version. Still looking for some melodic elements. I was still thinking that I would have to do that, but now we have some, you know, intro claps. Yep, this is where it took full structure. Even has a build. See the drop? First version. Oh, this is not a breakdown video as much as I want to break that down. That second version, from what I did from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and created this new version, you can really hear the final version in this. Even just having it after 2 hours of work, I like nailed the idea, and that does happen with some project files. Sometimes it doesn't, and that's totally common in the creation process of everything. So obviously we have my sidechain trigger. I'm not going to go too deep into it. Here is my subgroup. You can hear like a disperser sub kind of shit with a noise on top to clip it all together. And then now we have my samples and synths. Nice, you can hear like that offbeat, very electro-y. And then you have the original sounds from the stems, pretty much carrying the entire track. I really liked how there was a little bit of a break from this version to the final version, where it was like bump, 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 bump. That's like the final, and this one is not like that at all. See, it has no melodic. It's just bump, not bump, like there's no resolution, but it sounds good. Fire shit right there. And then obviously I have my drums in. Now I have my signature drums. And what I call my signature drums is that fatty clap. That clap that's just so low and punchy. And then we obviously have the response to all this. I was still sold that I was going to do a trap beat, and as you guys can tell in the second version, within 2 hours I decided 150 was way too fast. Let's skip the third and jump up to number 9, and then we'll go to 11, and then we'll go to the final version. I feel like that's going to be worth it. As you guys can tell, the song has already taken its form in the second one, so I'm sure that I was just between 3 and 9. I was literally just tweaking and tweaking and tweaking things, and we can see the file increase from 1.1K to 2K, so there's probably a lot more to see and digest. But you guys can see these. It took multiple steps to get to the final version, even though the second version kind of had the skeleton. All right, so we are back. As you guys can see, between 2 and 9, there's been a lot of additions to the drums, to the drop, to the side chaining. You can see there's different areas. I dropped the trap idea I was going for. I'm still at 140 though, so a little bit speed house. The intro is going to pretty much remain the same, I am pretty sure. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Much cleaner though. Added some cinematic drums. You can hear it. Big hands up moment. And then I added some build drums, it seems. Yeah, you can hear it. It's really headbangy too. Good drop. There you go. That's what I was talking about earlier. You think I'm crazy, but I was like bump, 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 bump. That's the response. It just closes out that bar way better than what it was doing earlier. Now, if you listen to the remix that came out on Friday, you'll know that after the first drop, there was a build-up. This is where I added that build-up between version 2 to 9. Here we go. Let's listen to it. Fake out. Got like that tarot gun, but like that like spaces is like boom, boom, boom. God, that's so dirty. All right, and as you can see, we are at 128 tracks now from 37 when we originally started, and it looks like I even found out the flow for the second drop. Let's see it. Got the little fake out right here that I love that says like K1, and this is like literally just used with text-to-speech to MP3, voice-to-text. Like I'm a big Twitch guy. God, this is gonna sound so bad. I know the different versions of TTS. Like there's Justin and Brian, and like those are like the two versions of TTS that are so popular. So if you go to TTS to MP3, just search it on Google, you'll hear the one I use. Now, the difference between the first, second, and third drop, the third drop has the hardstyle fill, the hardstyle kick as a fill after the fake out, and that's the only difference. Yes, it's kind of a copy and pasta slop, but it's a good drop, and I was like, I'm not going to change the tonality of the sustains. Like that's cliche. If it's good, it's good, and I'm just going to add that energy. Like, people live won't care. You can hear it like just come out like every 4 bars, like dun dun. But yeah, that's sick. That is the 9th version of this, which is pretty fucking rad. All right, so we're back into the final version. This is the 13th version of the track. As you can see, it finally taken shape. It's much cleaner. You can see the sections laid out perfectly, where this is the point where the song starts for DJs to mix in. This is the part where, like, you know, the verse of the track where it's like the hands up, are you motherfuckers ready? Blah, 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 blah. And then right into the build up. First drop, got the second build into the fake out point, into the second drop. And then I always have this little mix out point that I probably did add in the final version. We'll go over that as well, or we'll at least show that. We have the verse and hook again for the vocals, and then right into last drop and the third final drop. So let's go ahead and just skim the song. I added some filtered drums, obviously, and then it comes in fully after that 8 bars for DJs. And after that, to the hands up part, the hook. So we went from trap 150 down to 130, back up to 140. It's now at 140. It's staying at 140. We have the hands up part with just some no claps, no drums, no cinematic drums, right into the build. And it's much cleaner because this is the final. You can hear I brought out that little like electro pop from the first version, or the second version, way more out from the background to the more of the forefront. We have all the responses. We have the build now that I think I added a lot more beef to and a lot more drums to. Got the sub in the background. Abrupt. You can hear I added like more of a filter, a little bit of a delay, as you can hear it just delayed out, to this fake out. Probably tons of mixing that's not mentioned, but it'll be mentioned in the fake one. Fire. And then this is the mix out part that I do a lot for DJs. A lot of DJs feel like they need to hit play. Like, this is like your standard bass house drop where a DJ would like mix into the verse and like have everyone sing along, and then the build, and then they would hit play on the second track because they know they have 16 bars till the drop ends. But I found an issue when I play live. I care about my stage presence. I care about interacting with the crowd. I want to be able to walk out of the booth. So as you can see, I give myself a 4-bar buffer, right? A 4 bars for the second drop to like put hands up, hype up the crowd. And then this is the 16 bars right here. This is 16. And then it goes to the mix out point where I know I have to hit play. And right when this hits the verse, or the bridge you would call it, it just echoes out. So like, even if I fuck up and there's another song, there's no vocals overlaying it. It's just a simple effects. Like, even if you drop the lows all the way out when you DJ it, or you're thinking about it like a DJ, it's good for that. So like, this one is definitely 16 bars, right? The first drop. This drop, the 16 bars starts after the fake out, which is pretty sick. So even I usually use 8 bars to mix out if I'm doing like a planned set, which is that. So this mix out point sounds like this. You'll hear like the build drums come up. You'll hear the build sounds come back. Drop, and then right here. Perfect. Textbook. Get you right out of there. And the second drop still sounds the same. And then obviously I now have an outro, which I literally think is just the original outro. I'm not gonna lie. If you did like this video, you can comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube shit. If you didn't, still like it. Life's short. If you want the full breakdown, it's on Patreon. The full breakdown. I'm leaving. I leak all the sauce on that one. I solo stems, or wait, don't tell them that. I don't solo the stems. I solo the modified stems. I show my drums. If you do enjoy this song, which I'm sure that you're here from the song, go stream the song on SoundCloud. It's a free download. Free. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for listening to me yap and talk about the different versions. I hope there was something that was learned out of this, the different progresses. Hopefully that impacted your day. Peace. All right, word.